you want to know what the real estate market is like in Austin, Texas? Well, I'm here to tell you. Hey y'all, I'm your realtor Caroline Sanders, and this is where I help you navigate the Austin, Texas real estate market. Really quick, just some highlights. First, to buy the average home in Austin right now, it's going to cost you about $450,000, which is pretty much dead even with what we were seeing this time last year. Secondly, we're seeing a few more houses hit the market in typical April, typical spring fashion. That totally makes sense. And then thirdly, interest rates are still hovering around that 7%, 7.5% mark. I also wanted to mention just a few things that I'm seeing working out in the market with buyers and sellers every single day. We've seen the market heat up a bit this month, which again, this is very typical for April, very typical for spring. We're seeing a few more buyers out there shopping for homes, even with those higher interest rates. Many buyers are utilizing the strategy that I've talked about before called the interest rate buy down strategy. This is such a great strategy, and it's so effective to make buying a home way more affordable right now, even when interest rates are high. And on top of that, sellers are willing to pay for it right now. So this is a strategy so many buyers are using right now. I'm seeing it all over the place, and I'm recommending it to every single buyer client I'm working with right now. So the most popular type of interest rate buy down I'm seeing is called a 2-1 interest rate buy down, which I know I've mentioned this before, but I wanted to break it down for you so you can really see how great this strategy is at keeping your monthly mortgage payment affordable. So it goes like this. Your realtor, me, is going to negotiate with the seller to basically give you money and pay down your interest rate 2 points in the first year. So from a 7% to a 5%, that's where the 2 comes from. And then 1 point for the second year. So from a 7% to a 6%, that's where the 1 comes from. And then for the third year, your interest rate is going to go back to that original 7% for the life of the loan. But the hope is that within those 2 to 3 years, interest rates will drop so buyers can refinance and then permanently have a lower monthly mortgage payment. So this is a great time to use that strategy because many experts are predicting that interest rates are going to drop within the next year or so. So it's definitely an amazingly effective strategy in order to reduce your monthly payments pretty drastically, even more so than if we were to knock a few $1,000s off the purchase price. So I want to look at the math so you guys can really appreciate this strategy and know what I'm talking about. So let's take a look. If I were to buy a new home today with a purchase price of $450,000, interest rate is 7%, and then a 5% down payment, my monthly payment would be roughly $2,844 a month. But let's say that my realtor did a really great job negotiating with the seller and then got that same $450,000 house for $435,000. You have the same 7% interest rate, same 5% down payment, but my monthly payment is now $2,749 a month, a difference of $95. So that's pretty good in savings, right? But if you have a really amazing realtor, she might negotiate that $15,000 off the purchase price, but she's going to recommend that you use it in a very different way for a 2-1 interest rate buy down. So now you've got the same $450,000 house, 5% down payment. For the first year, your interest rate is going to be 5%. Year 2, it goes to 6%. And then year 3 through 30, it goes back to 7%. But for year 1, your monthly payment is going to be $2,295 a month. That's $549 a month in savings. And then for year 2, you're saving $281 a month. And then year 3 through 30, it goes back to that $2,844. But hopefully interest rates go down between now and then so you can permanently have a lower monthly payment. So of course we'd all rather have the bigger savings of $549 a month. So this is a strategy that many savvy buyers are using right now to buy homes in this market, as well as many savvy sellers are advertising that they're willing to pay for the buyer's interest rate buy down. So, takeaway, if you are a buyer, don't be put off by the higher interest rates. There are ways around them. Go ahead and just find what your maximum monthly payment is going to be that you're willing to pay. And then if you get with me and a lender, we can run numbers on like what kind of house you can afford based on that desired monthly payment. If you're a seller, be willing to pay for your buyer's interest rate buy down and then advertise that. It'll make your house stand out that much more and then open up your house to another pool of buyers. All right, I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions or want to schedule some time with me, feel free to shoot me an email. Thanks for watching.